And we say good morning to you. Welcome aboard. We're live again at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 515. I love it. We're going to be joined by Andy Dietrich, co-owner, along with Tim Copenhaver, this great establishment, the number one Chevy dealer in the state. Our show brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Again, we are very proud to tell you about that because we'll be at Food City tomorrow on Eastman Road in downtown Kingsport, kicking off Mother's Day weekend. And again, they're going to have some grips over there ready to go for sale. Can't wait. All natural ingredients. Again, lemon lime, pink grapefruit, root beer, pineapple, and white grape. And of course, soon to come out, I believe later on this month, sugar-free orange and sugar-free pink grapefruit. So again, we're here thanks to Grip. We're here at Champion Chevrolet. We are loaded for bear. We got a full slate of activity going on today. We're going to be joined by our buddy Andy Dietrich coming up here in just a few minutes from Champion Chevrolet. Then a little bit later on in the hour, we're going to be hearing from Ryan Presnell, head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. We got a double dip today, certainly set up for a double dip. The season game for all the marbles coming up at 5 o'clock against Sullivan East to eliminated the number one seed in the tournament, or number one seed going into the tournament, I should say, or coming into the tournament, Unicoi County Blue Devils. So East and Elizabethton play at 5 o'clock. The loser is done for the season. The winner will come back and play Sullivan South at 7:30. So there's hopefully a good chance we'll be doing two ball games today. I would bet the house Garrett Hartley is going to be the man on the mound today for Elizabethton at 5 o'clock. We'll do it right here. We appreciate. We had up over 500, almost 600 views yesterday of the ball game, so we appreciate that very much. And so we'll have that for you at 5 o'clock. Later this show, you see him getting ready. He's in. He's already got his, yes, sir, he is situated. Let's put him up right here. Boom, there he is. And so we're going to talk to Andy coming up here in just a second. We'll talk to Ryan Presnell. Top of the hour, big thrill. We're going to talk to the former head football coach, University of Tennessee, Phillip. Fulmer is going to join us live by phone from K-Town. In fact, this is really cool. He's coming out of a luncheon, step away from luncheon as a guest speaker to talk to me on the show, and I thought that was very kind of him to do that. So he'll join us at the top of the hour talking the new signing date. He's got a big football camp going on down in Gatlinburg, and also get his take. Kind of put him in a tough spot. I'm not going to ask him a lot. I don't think it's really fair to ask him about Butch Jones and the Tennessee football program, but I'll ask him what he thinks about Butch Jones, or certainly the Tennessee football program. And, of course, he's had his fingers in the pot here in Johnson City with the East Tennessee State football program, Coach Carl Torbush. So we'll talk to him about Coach Torbush and just some different topics for the limited time we'll have him coming up here at the top of the hour. Then Kevin Harmon joins us a little bit later in the show at the bottom of the hour at 12:30, talking UT sports, the overall picture. And so all that's going on, and we're excited about that as we are here live at Champion Chevrolet. Co-owner Andy Dietrich's in the house. Good afternoon, or I guess in this case, good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for letting me come over and hang with you.
I thought I got really excited. When you first walked in this morning, I thought Phillip Fulmer was going to be here.
Yeah,
he has been in the showroom before.
Has he really?
One of the trips up, he came up with Scott Carter. When ETSU first started looking at doing their football program again, he brought him by here to hang out with us for a little bit, and he's a great guy.
He is a great guy. Yes.
Be interesting what he has to say about ETSU's program and also UT's football program.
And as I said, it kind of puts him in a tough spot. I don't know how much we're going to talk about UT's program because
Just hit him between the eyes. Just go for it.
Andy Dietrich said,
"Go for it.
Hit him with your best shot, Pat Benatar."
What's the worst he can tell you? No.
Said, no comment, Tom.
Yeah.
Go, okay, move on. But I don't want the guy to hang up on me, which you would.
Yeah,
but,
click.
So yeah. Well, apparently we said the wrong thing for Coach Fulmer, so he joins at the top of the hour. But now we got Andy Dietrich right here, and so I know you got to scoot off to yet another lunch. And this guy's on the move all the time.
I like to eat lunch. I gotta get to these luncheons so I can eat.
This guy, his nickname's Vittles.
I don't want to waste away to
nothing. No, I don't want you to show up and be puny and skinny.
I mean, I'm about there now.
Yeah, you are down to nothing. You've lost britches sizes, and I'm
golly.
Yeah, he's pitiful. So.
I'm getting ready for my Speedo summer. It's that time of year, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Speedo summer.
Yeah.
Pool's open in a couple of weeks, so you're ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh yeah. He's
got my sunscreen, my Speedo. I'm ready to jump.
Speedo, these blue lizards slathered up. He's ready to go.
Yeah, and my grenade drinks.
I'm getting a bad visual. So going off the diving board with his Speedo, slathered, just solid white.
I'll be solid white. Yeah. Well, I need to. I'm strawberry blonde redhead, and I can burn very easily, so I have to be very careful.
Oh, Tim, can you please come over and save this? Bless his heart. Whew. So anyway, he's gonna have his Spoodoos on, and
And I'm probably gonna wear goggles too.
I would
so
think
imagine the goggles,
mirrored goggles.
white,
I can't see you.
sunscreen all
Yeah.
over me. Mirrored, yes.
Yeah, and maybe one of those little hats like the guys in the Olympics wear. There's like
Oh,
those,
yeah.
those little skin hats, like
Yeah.
little water toboggan.
Yeah.
Nice, looking good.
Yeah.
With some flippers. I think you got some flippers. Can you go off a diving board? Are you a diving board guy?
I can do it. I mean, it may splash all the water out when I hit, but yeah.
No, we're
I'll
talking.
jump.
There you go. He'll go. He's a risk-taking kind of guy.
I'm worried if I go for the high dive, though, I may hit the bottom of the pool, so I better stay on the low dive.
I love going off high dive. It's fun.
Yeah.
Still do those can openers.
I was talking about belly flop.
Well, I can do those too, but oh yes. So anyway,
I'd
we're
like
here.
to see you jump off a high diving board.
Maybe I can do it. I can bring up the water.
Flying squirrel.
Oh, like that? Absolutely. Grab my feet from behind.
Yeah.
Still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, my grandkids say there ain't too many granddads still go off the high dive. But baby, I'm there. I can do it. So
We need to get a
jackknife,
video of that and put that on your show.
I would love to do that. Somebody would tape it. Absolutely. Wear my Raiders ball cap, my Raiders T-shirt.
That might be something that'd go worldwide, that sight of that you flying squirrel off a high dive, that long hair flowing in the breeze, you know. As you,
Haystacks Calhoun going off.
Yeah.
Remember Haystacks? The
No.
wrestler? You don't remember the wrestler?
no.
Haystacks Calhoun? All right.
Yeah, maybe before
big old
my
bearded
time.
guy. Yeah, it was apparently was before your time. We're talking to Andy Dietrich. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Mid-May, Mother's Day weekend. This is a goofy question because I wasn't here last year Mother's Day, but we're here every Thursday, and we love coming to this place, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Do folks come out here and buy cars? Traditionally, do people come out and buy cars for Mom? For
This
Mother's
would be
Day?
a great weekend for you to buy your mother a Corvette. Or like a Camaro convertible.
Yes.
You know, moms, they have to, haul the kids around to all the sports games in their Suburbans or Tahoes or small SUVs. Let's get mom for this Mother's Day an exciting car. She can still keep her Suburban, Tahoe, small SUV, crossover. But get her, when you're at school,
Look at that right there.
a
Go
car
ahead.
that she can rip around town in one of these.
Look at that right there.
I mean, your mom would have a permanent smile on her face
Turning
if
them
you got her
heads.
that for Mother's Day.
That is a pretty cool.
And you probably would never have to get her anything ever again.
No. You.
I mean,
maxed
you're
out.
in for life.
You went to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, she wouldn't kick you out or anything.
No, you're in. Look at that. That's a vet right here in the showroom.
I should get a magnet Mother's Day present
Yeah.
put on the side there.
Moms love this, something like that.
How do they do that?
How do they do that? So tell me about this vet. It's beautiful. It's got the spoiler there in the back. Let me swing it around. You can see I guess you would call that the fin or the spoiler. How do you describe that?
I'd call it a spoiler.
Okay. So
But what's neat is on these new Stingrays, years past, a lot of cars, and they still do, they'll have scoops and different things, cutouts inside, and they're fake. These are all real. Right there by the front left wheel there to the left of it, that's really where air can flow through there. And then also here on the back, that goes straight down and shoots out the back out these other vents that come out here on the back bumper. So everything on it is legit. It's all how they designed it, how they made it to go around the track, how to drive it fast, and all those things are part of the car, and they're not for looks.
nothing fake about that.
Nothing
We're talking
fake.
to our buddy Andy Dietrich. I don't know if you can see through the window. Is that a red steering wheel, a red dashboard?
Yeah, red. It's got red leather seats, and
Yeah.
whew,
That's sweet right
and we
there.
got one over there with all the blue inside of it.
Now you probably can't see if we can turn around. There's the yellow one outside.
Yellow ones.
Right out there on the showroom, right outside the showroom, out on the front porch as we call it. So we're here again at Champion Chevrolet. There's that vet. Right on the other side of the vet is that an Equinox?
No, that is
Spark?
a Cruise hatchback.
Cruise.
New for
All right.
this year. So it's more room than the other Cruise was just a 4-door sedan, and they've raised the roof line in the back and sort of just dropped it straight down so you can haul more things in it if you want a small car, but you've got a 4-person family, 5-person. You can fit all your stuff comfortably in it. So, but that is new for this year.
Yep. Talking to our buddy, and let's get him back up there. He is Andy Dietrich, co-owner of Champion Chevrolet here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live at Champion Chevrolet. So last weekend of the show, you began to promote the Malibus. You got a special offer.
Yeah,
Malibu.
it goes through Monday, the
Yep.
15th. 25% off Malibu LTs. That's new 2017. 25% off brand new Chevrolet Malibus, and that is over on Monday. There's nothing I can do about it. It's over per Chevrolet corporate. So that is done. We do have a few select 2017 Silverado 1500 double cabin crew cab all-stars that are $10,000 off MSRP. A select few, not all of them, but a select few. We try to, select different colors and different options to pick when we do this, and General Motors only gives us, they'll say, hey, you've out of the 200 trucks you got, 300 trucks you got sitting out here, you can pick 50 of them and put extra money on them, and we have the month to sell them. And so we have select ones that we can do the full $10,000 off MSRP. So got over 100 used cars right now. They're all viewable on www.championjc.com. You can view them 24 hours, 7 days a week. Get approved for financing, schedule service appointments, buy parts and accessories, chat with our men and ladies upstairs in our internet department. You can request more info. If you don't see a picture that you want a little closer up of something inside of them, you can message them or send them an email, and we are more than happy to send you whatever you need to try to make the deal as easy as possible.
That is a very popular way folks shop now, isn't it?
It's more and more every day. It first started out you have one internet guy, and then it just keeps growing. You got 2, you got 3, you got 4. I hate to say it. I mean, it's not really affecting us as much as it is like, the Amazon affecting the local retailers. Because cars is a little bit different. It's a big, expensive purchase, and for most people, it's the second most expensive purchase they'll make in their life is a car, and they want to come to the actual place. They want to see it, smell it, drive it,
sure,
kick the tires,
and they should,
versus buying it over the internet.
Yep.
New's a little different. I mean, new comes with warranty, but especially used, you want to make sure it's been taken care of right. So I don't think we have any danger of that, any going away in Amazon, like coming down our way. But yeah, it's
one of the reasons the traditional brick and mortar stores are in trouble, because, and they've said that some of these big chains are closing because they can't compete with someone sitting at home in their bathrobe and ordering whatever they need off the internet. And I saw some the other day, you can even do the groceries now, and they're going to be able to.
Food City does.
Yeah, Food City does it, and they're going to bring groceries to your door. You can order it online.
Well, I mean, no, I'm sorry, Food City does, where you can do it and drive up
Pick it
to
up.
it, and they'll bring it out of the curb to you,
delivering.
so you don't even have to run in there.
Yeah, you can order it and type it in and pay for it, and then you swing by and pick it up, and they'll have it ready for you.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty. So that's where we are. But at Champion Chevrolet, you can go to championjc.com and check it out. And
if it's got everything, basically, our dealership is that website. Everything that you can basically do here, we can do on the website. So a lot of people, if you're busy like me, like you, if you want to get all your work done before you come in and pick it up, you want to get your financing arranged, if you need more pictures of it sent, get everything done. So all you have to do is when you tell them you'll be here next Tuesday to pick it up, sign the paperwork, we can have everything ready. You get in, get out, be gone. Go on with your life.
Speaking of going, you got to get trucking here in a minute. Volkswagen Jettas, Ford Escapes, Mazda 3, Chevrolet Cruze, Chevrolet Traverse, Hyundai. These are some of the Chevrolet Malibu of 2015. You've got Toyota Tacomas, Chevrolet Suburban, Silverados. I mean, it goes on and on. These are all the pre-owned vehicles. Would you say over 100 on the lot?
Yeah, over 100. And something else we haven't talked about. We are on Instagram, we are on Twitter, and we are on Facebook. So, we run specials on those too.
Social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yep.
And of course the website, championjc.com, and they're open 6 days a week. Open Saturdays from 8 to 5, the service department is. So, #1 dealership in the state of Tennessee, and moving them. And it says, find new roads. Is that the new?
That's the Chevrolet
slogan.
Yep.
Your slogan is?
How do they do that?
How do they do that? So, he's
over there.
He's here. He's in here today, and there you go.
He spoke. He does speak.
I'm not going to ask him if he can go off the dive more than Speedo. So you got me really nervous because
he probably can.
He probably can. I bet he was a swimmer today. I bet he was a lifeguard back in the day. I bet.
No, I don't think so.
Tim, were you a lifeguard back in the day? No, sir. Okay, you're right on that one. All right,
no.
All right, so you're heading out. You're getting ready to go do a great lunch.
I mean, I'd see him probably trying to push the girls into the pool to try to, so he could have a reason to jump in and try to save them.
Yeah.
Now that's how he chased women back in the day, I guess.
Throw them in the pool and he's going to get them.
Yeah.
Hook them.
Yeah, his teenage days.
Yeah, he hooked them. Bring them out. So. You coming back after a while? You're going to a lunch?
Yeah, I've got to go lunch in Speedway.
Yeah, Miss Claudia
Bird, Speedway Children's Charity Luncheon. So
awesome lady.
Yep, we love her and love what she does, and the Speedway as well.
You got it.
Speaking to the voice of the Bristol Motor Speedway right here.
My honor to do that. Yes, sir. Thank you. You can come back and see. If you get back in time, probably won't, but if you get back in time.
If I do, I'll be back.
Yep. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
That's a good man right there, Andy Dietrich. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at high school baseball. I'll tell you who did what yesterday. Got some teams eliminated in baseball and softball and soccer, the very latest. We'll do all that for you again right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up, top of the hour, we're going to hear from Phillip Fulmer live from Knoxville here on the show. Also coming up next, Ryan Presnell, the baseball coach in the Elizabethton Cyclones. He joins us next year on show number 515 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We're live on the phone with the head coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, Coach Ryan Presnell. Coach, good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you, my friend?
Just fine, sir. Thank you for checking in with us. Let's talk about yesterday's game. What a performance by Matthew Daly, a young man who came out of the bullpen and spelled Evan Carter, and I thought Daly pitched his guts out yesterday. And kind of give an overview from your perspective of the ball game, would you please?
Yeah, got off to a tough start. Put a guy on the mound who's started 4 games for us this year and had a little bit of a rough go, and he had good stuff, but just south. Those bats are red hot right now, and just hit him up pretty good. And so we went to Daly, which was kind of part of the plan, is we go to Daly very quickly and did that. And he really cooled the bats off until that 6th inning when, gave up a couple of runs we shouldn't have. And, we looked there at the last inning. I hold a runner to third that, had we been down 1, I would have obviously sent, but that would have tied the game. But we're right there again in the end, bases loaded, down by 2 with an opportunity to win it again. Just can't really produce what we needed again for some 7th inning magic. So we're going to try to adjust off that, and hopefully we don't need 7th inning magic tonight and win the game early instead of late.
You got it. I think the kids are fearless. I think it's the word I used on the broadcast yesterday because you practice this. I talked about this with you after the big win over East earlier in the week. You practice this, whatever you call it, sudden death, late inning comeback. It's a regular routine in practice, is it not?
It is. Every day, that's how we in practice. We have what's called the 7th inning man maker, and we put a defense out there, and we put an offense out there, and we say if the offense scores a run, they win. If you guys hold them from scoring a run, then they win. And so we put different pitchers, different defenses, different hitters. We take different approaches with sign calling as far as we're going to bunt, we're going to hit and run, we're just going to hit. So it's one of those things that we try to be a complete baseball club. And last year we had a lot of difficulty finishing games. So we feel like we do have a complete package. That didn't show yesterday necessarily, but we're hoping that complete package will show up today.
5 o'clock first pitch today against Sullivan East. You played them obviously earlier in the tournament, and that was that dramatic Ethan Eggleston bases clearing double to win the ball game in the bottom of the 7th. So I expect much the same drama today. This is everybody's on hands on deck because this is the season today in this first game. And is there a strategy, anything any differently you're going to approach the game because it is this type of ball game? Everything's hanging in the balance or not?
No. The strategy is just going to be is we're not going to hold anything back. And so whatever we have is going to go out there within reason. And, as coaching, we're going to really try to push the issue offensively and defensively be very stingy. Our guys we have one play with 2 errors in the same play. That can't happen. That razor thin margin that I talked about where you get into this late season baseball with nothing but good teams left, that razor thin margin can get filled up very quickly with either good or bad. And so we're going to try to put a bunch of good in it today and see what happens.
Crazy game of baseball. Again, Unicoi County, the number 1 seed going in, eliminated last night by East. So it's East and Elizabeth in Game 1. That winner plays Sullivan South in Game 2 because they've not lost. And so they're waiting and sitting back. They've qualified for the regionals. So the winner of the first game also qualifies for the regional. Is that correct?
That's correct, brother.
Yep.
So we're there's some days you love the game of baseball. There's other days where you go home and say, why in the world do I mess with this game?
Because you're a great leader and a great mentor for these boys, and they look up to you. I thought it was really cool in closing after the big game the other day. The next day you had a picnic at your house with the guys, which I thought was really cool to kind of relax them and have fun. So you do a lot of fun things with these guys away from the field too, don't you?
Absolutely. I love them, and that's all that matters. And win, lose, or draw today, at some point, the season's got to come to close. Even if we win a state championship, that's in 2.5 weeks. And this team will never be together again, and we're trying to squeeze every bit of the good out of it that we can. And just being together eating hot dogs is, as with such a good group of kids that we got, just being together eating hot dogs with them is the highlight of my day. So we're going to squeeze every bit of the good we can, and hopefully these next 2 weeks are full of baseball.
We'll be there at 5 o'clock to bring them to them. If they play that second, when we play the second, we'll be right there with that too. And if we have to come back tomorrow night for the outright championship, hope that we do. We'll be there with you as well. And the regional next week, we're with you all the way, Coach. Thank you, and we'll see you this afternoon. Cyclone Pride.
Cyclone Pride, Tom. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. That guy's a class act. Ryan Presnell, the boys head baseball coach, again at Elizabethton, and pretty cool after. The game the other day, it was a nail-biter. Again, bottom of the 7th, 2 out, bases loaded, down 2 runs, and Ethan Eggleston promptly delivers a bases-clearing, game-winning double in the gap in left center field. So the next day, they have a big hot dog picnic cookout at the coach's house. So That's what it's all about, folks. That's relationships, and that's the name of the game. Speaking of relationships, we always start our show, and we didn't today, but we're going to start it right now. We start our show every day by quoting Scripture and dedicating the show to the man who hung on the cross, the Lord Jesus. And so here is the verse today out of the book of Psalms. Psalms 32 says, I am your hiding place. I will protect you from trouble, surround you with songs of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach in the way that you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Rejoice in me. How about that? I am your hiding place. I will protect you from trouble and surround you with songs of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Rejoice in me. Psalms 32, 7 through 11. And again, that's the verse of the day to get it started here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Coming up top of the hour in about 30 minutes, we'll be joined by the former head football coach at the University of Tennessee, Coach Phillip Fulmer, joins us live from Knoxville. Appreciate his time, and so he'll join us coming up at the top of the hour talking Tennessee football, talking his football camps, again, down in Gatlinburg, and also I'm going to ask about the State of the Union and his humble opinion of college football. We just had a new signing date that's went into effect beginning this year, starting now 2 signing dates for college football recruits in December, and, of course, the traditional first Wednesday in February. So we'll see what Coach says about that and some other topics for the time we have him coming up here in a little while. We'll take a break, come right back. We will jump in as promised and take a look at baseball and softball and soccer on the local scene as we're here live at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 515, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now, some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Thanks for being with us from Champion Chevrolet. Let's take a look at high school baseball, softball, and soccer here in the region. Dobbins Minute AAA baseball last night, winning their 26th district title in school history. First since 2014. Indians again will have home field advantage on Monday in the semifinals of the Region 1 AAA semifinal contest. They'll play the loser of tonight's game between Jeff County and Morristown East, while Tennessee High will travel to the winner. As again, DB won that game last night. Final score for Dobbins Minute, they winning it for Ryan Wagner at 7-2. The District 2 AAA tournament at Seymour High School. East beat Seymour 6-4. Then Morristown East came back and beat Seymour in Game 2, 8-2. District 1 AA tournament, the game we had for you right here yesterday. South defeating Elizabeth in 6-3. Sullivan East in the upset and eliminating Unicoi County 8-4. Unicoi County was the number 1 seed coming into the tournament, and they're gone, and so it's down to 3 teams, and Elizabeth being one of those. District 1 Single A tournament at Crockett High School. In 8 innings, it was the Hampton Bulldogs defeating University High 8-5. And one game in Southwest Virginia, you had Gate City in baseball defeating Lebanon 9-8. Today, Thursday, May the 11th, District 2 AAA Championship. Morristown East will play Jeff County. That'll be, again, for all the marbles there. The loser will be on the road Monday at Dobbins Minute. The winner stays home to host Tennessee High in the AAA Regional. District 1 AA tournament tomorrow. Elizabeth, and again, that would be the Cyclones taking on East today. And then Game 2 tonight. South will play the winner of the Elizabethton Sullivan East game, as Coach Presnell talked about a few minutes ago. If it's Elizabethton, then they move on. The loser of that first game season is over, coming out of the losers bracket in double elimination. So the winner of Game 1 will come back and play South in Game 2 at 7:30 tonight. In the District 1 AA Tournament Championship, it'll be the Hampton Bulldogs and the North Green Huskies. They'll play that at Crockett High School this afternoon. In Southwest Virginia, you have baseball. Rye Cove, bragging rights of Scott County on the line. Rye Cove will play a twin bill at Twin Springs against the Fighting Titans in Nicholsville. That'll be 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock games back-to-back. The East Side will play at J.I. Burton. That's another baseball game coming up today in Southwest Virginia. Now in softball from yesterday, AAA, it was Crockett eliminating Sullivan Central 3-1 in the AA tournament. Sullivan South beat Sullivan East 8-4 in the District 2 AA tournament. Greenville's Lady Green Devils all over Chucky Doak 15-3 in softball. In the District 1A tournament, North Green's ladies blank University High 10-0. And in the District 2 Single A tournament championship, Cosby beat Northview Academy in 6 innings 11-1 in girls softball. In Southwest Virginia yesterday, Holston beat Abington 3-0. John Battle's ladies over Wise Central 11-1. It was Lebanon, the Lady Pioneers, a 6-3 win over the Gate City Lady Blue Devils, and Union beat Lehigh in 5 innings, 10-0, in girls high school softball. Now today, AAA Championship, they are red hot. Daniel Boone's Lady Trailblazers for Coach Jeremy Jenkins taking on Crockett at 5:30 this afternoon. That'll be played at Indian Highland Park in Kingsport. The District 2 AAA Tournament Championship at King Park in Morristown. Cherokee's Lady Chiefs take on the Lady Hurricanes of Morristown East. That is a 6 o'clock game. By the way, the Boone Central game's at 5:30 today. In the District 1 AA tournament, the Elizabeth and Lady Cyclones, again, await the winner of Unicoi County and Sullivan South. They'll play at 5:30. That winner plays Elizabethton at 7 o'clock tonight. The District 2 AA Tournament Championship, the Greenville Lady Green Devils will take on Granger. And the District 1 Single A Tournament Softball play, it'll be the championship today at Baszler Field at East Tennessee State. Unaca's Lady Rangers taking on the Lady Huskies of North Green at 7 o'clock tonight for the Single A Softball District Tournament Championship. In soccer today, got a big day for soccer coming up. In AAA soccer, you have the championship, Dobbins Minute at Science Hill at 6 o'clock tonight. They played at Kermit Tipton Stadium for all the marbles in the District 1 AAA Championship. The District 2 AAA Soccer Championship, Sevier County, the Smoky Bears will be at Jeff County to play the Patriots. In the District 1 Single A AA Tournament Finals today, you have Sullivan South taking on Unicoi County. That's for the championship there. In District 2 Single A AA, Cumberland Gap will be at Greenville at 6:30. And then one soccer game in Southwest Virginia today has Lehigh at Gate City. So a lot of tournament action going on today, a lot of championships to be decided. The regionals are the next step. Of course, right here at 5 o'clock, we'll bring you the Elizabethton Cyclones Sullivan East baseball game at 5, and right back after that, Cyclones win. They'll play Sullivan South right around 7:30. Cyclones lose. The season's over, and as you heard Coach Presnell say, and understandably so, all hands on deck for this one today, whatever it takes. The old Raiders slogan, Just win, baby. You got to have that W to move to the next one. And also, of course, if you win that first game, you've qualified for the regional next week as well. So a lot at stake today for that ball game. We'll hit the airwaves about 4:50. First pitch at 5 o'clock this afternoon from J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport. And having said that, let's switch gears, take a look at Major League Baseball before we go to the break. Major League Baseball from last night goes as follows. First off, in the National League, your winners: Seattle beat Philadelphia 11-6. San Francisco defeats the Mets 6-5. Mets have got some, in my humble opinion, some major clubhouse troubles. Houston, Jose Reyes came out yesterday and called out Matt Harvey. He said, if you're going to be on the team, be on the team. Don't go out and play golf and get drunk and not miss your pitching assignment, then lie about it. If you're going to be on the team, be on the team. Then, of course, Syndergaard did what he did 2 weeks ago, or a week before last, and so I think they got some problems in New York in the Mets clubhouse. Houston not all over, but doubled up Atlanta 4-2. Colorado shut out the Cubs 3-0. Washington beat Baltimore 7-6. Cardinals beat Miami 7-5. Also last night in Major League Baseball in the American League, you had Minnesota-Chicago postponed in Chicago. Oakland 3, the Angels won. Toronto beat Cleveland 8-7. Tampa Bay all over Kansas City 12-1, the final there. It was Texas defeating San Diego 4-3. It was Milwaukee beating the Red Sox 7-4. And Arizona turns back Detroit 7-1. Daniel Norris, next pitching assignment Saturday. He'll take on Ricky Nolasco and the LA Angels in Los Angeles on Saturday evening. So Daniel Norris, as they move down the coast on their West Coast road trip for Detroit. And so their next assignment for Daniel Norris will be Saturday against the Los Angeles Angels. Mike Trout and Albert Pujols and all the boys will go against some heavies coming up again on Saturday evening. Here's your schedule for today, Major League Baseball. First off with American League day games, Boston, Milwaukee, Kansas City at Tampa Bay. Under the lights tonight, Baltimore and Washington, Houston and New York to battle the Yankees, Seattle, Toronto, San Diego, Texas, Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit opening up their series against the Angels in Los Angeles. That is the American League schedule. For the National League today, you have under the lights tonight, San Diego, Texas, the Los Angeles Dodgers at Colorado, Pittsburgh will be in Arizona, and Cincinnati goes to the left coast and opens up a trip out there against the San Francisco Giants. Bronson Arroyo on the mound for the Reds tonight. Game 1 of that series from San Francisco. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We thank you for being with us. Coming up top of the hour in about 20 minutes, we will again check in with a former head football coach, University of Tennessee. Phillip Fulmer joins us, and we'll take a quick break, come right back, and we'll take a look at some NASCAR. We'll also take a look coming up at some NBA and also the National Hockey League. The Predators have their assignment. They know who they're playing in the Western Conference Final. We'll tell you who it is next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 515 from Champion Chevrolet, again brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitat, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad-spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us live at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Our show brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Again, flavors for you to check out at Food City. They sell a boatload of those at Food City. This weather warming up, and it's a great time to get a good ice-down cold energy drink. All natural ingredients full of vitamin B, biotin, niacin. It's vegan friendly, and also it's kosher. So kosher friendly as well. Again, they have lemon lime, pink grapefruit, root beer, pineapple, white grape, and of course we have been telling you, and very excited about this too, because coming up we'll have sugar-free orange and sugar-free pink grapefruit coming up here in the not-too-distant future. Again, tomorrow we're going to be at Food City on Eastman Road in Kingsport, getting ready for the Mother's Day weekend, and we'll certainly be talking about Grip energy drinks you see on the screen there. In fact, I'm going to go out here during the next break in the car and pluck me one out of the trunk and enjoy me a nice, very tasty. I've been doing root beer, probably go different, probably do a little pink grapefruit or maybe even a pineapple. Just try something a little different. Either one of those goes down very, very good, and so we appreciate the folks at Grip Energy Drink for allowing us to be, for them to be our title sponsor here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And good morning wherever you may be, giving us a listen. Of course, a lot of folks go back and watch the show and listen to it later in the evening, and so that's the beauty of having Facebook. We record it and post it, and then you can go back and watch it when you want to at your own convenience and own leisure. Baseball today, 5 o'clock, 4:50 airtime. First pitch at 5. It'll be Elizabethton and Sullivan East. Again, it's the game. It's the season. Loser is done. The winner will move on to the regional and play South in the second game of the doubleheader tonight. So huge ball game. We'll have it for you beginning at 4:50. First pitch at 5 o'clock. Game brought to you by the Elizabethton Parks and Rec and Elizabethton Twins. And so we'll have that for you again coming up, as we said, later on this afternoon from J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport. Let's take a look at NASCAR again. On-track racing activities and practice activities start today at Kansas Speedway. Again, the first of 2 Camping World Truck Series practices at 3 and at 5 this afternoon. Then track clears, and tomorrow they get very busy for the first of several Monster Energy practices at 11:30 tomorrow. We'll be joined by Pat Patterson live from Kansas tomorrow. See what's going on with the racing this weekend in Kansas Speedway. Then you have the final practice for NASCAR, the Monster Energy NASCAR Series final practice at 1:30 tomorrow. Then you have pole qualifying for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Again, the Keystone Light pole qualifying, that'll be at 4:35 this afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, the Cup drivers will qualify at 6:45, which is interesting. They practice all day, and the heat and the temperatures will be very much different from daytime to nighttime at Kansas, so they practice during the day and get your car set up for qualifying, and you qualify at 6:45 in the evening when the sun's going down. It's a little cooler, so interesting there as far as scheduling for the qualifying for the Monster Energy Cup Series. That'll be tomorrow night at 6:45 from Kansas. Then at 8:30 tomorrow night, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Toyota Tundra 250 from Kansas Speedway at 8:30 tomorrow night. Then on Saturday, it's Saturday evening, it's the Go Bowling 400. They'll race on Saturday so the drivers can get back home in the crews and everybody drive all night and get back home to spend Mother's Day with their mothers, as they should. And so that's going on again, as we said. That'll be happening this weekend. And practice for the Camping World Truck Series starts today. As we told you, practice is tomorrow, and of course the truck race tomorrow night. And then Saturday evening will be the Go Bowling 400. Kyle Busch, the defending champ of that race from a year ago. As we told you yesterday, Team Penske, the penalties, they went in and appealed. They were upheld earlier in the week. So as a result, Paul Wolf, crew chief for Brad Keselowski, suspended for this weekend's race, the Go Bowling 400, scheduled for Saturday. Brian Wilson once again serving as Brad Keselowski's crew chief this weekend at Kansas, as he's done before. Wolf also fined $65,000 and suspended for 3 Monster Energy Cup Series races, while driver Brad Keselowski and the number 2 team were docked 35 driver and owner points, respectively, for a rules violation uncovered during post-race inspection following the Camping World 500 at Phoenix. So he failed a post-race rear wheel steer on the laser inspection station the car went through, as all of them do at the end of the race. Wolf has already sit out 2 races, the Auto Club 400 and last weekend's Geico 500, so he'll sit out one more race this week at Kansas. Of course, after this, everything shifts to Charlotte for All-Star Weekend, and then, of course, the Coca-Cola 600 Memorial Day weekend. So I guess they figure we'll let him sit on the sideline during Kansas and get him back home when we get back home, put him back up on the pit box. And so Wolf will sit out one more, and again, Brian Wilson will sub in for him this weekend at Kansas Speedway. Speaking of Kansas, run down some of the numbers for the track again in Kansas for the Kansas Speedway Go Bowling 400. The first race was held there on September 30th, 2001, won by Jeff Gordon. 4 drivers have started all 22 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series races and lead the series in starts at Kansas. Those 4 drivers are Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, and Ryan Newman. 4 drivers have made their first Monster Energy NASCAR Series career start at Kansas. Eric Jones got his first Cup drive at 2015. That was 2 years ago, May of 2015. Ryan Blaney got his first Cup Series start in May of 2014, 3 years ago. Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin got their starts in the fall race there in 2011 for Dillon and 2005 for Denny Hamlin. Also on the pole category, 14 drivers have Coors Light poles at Kansas, led by Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth, and Casey Kane all have 3 each, so those you would think be odds-on favorites to sit on the pole for the race this weekend. Youngest pole winner at Kansas, Joey Logano. He was only 24 years old when he won the pole back in 2015. The oldest pole winner at Kansas would be Mark Martin. He was 50 years old when he sat on the pole back in 2009. Now, the most important statistic of everything we're talking about is the wins column. 13 different drivers that won at Kansas, led by Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, currently with 3 each. 8 of the 13 Kansas winners are currently active, so you got 8 drivers that have won at Kansas and are in the field this weekend for the Go Bowling 400. Hendrick Motorsports leads the series in wins. Jeff Gordon has 3. Jimmy Johnson has won 3 times in Kansas. And then, let's see, how many races have been won from the pole? 4 times you've started on the pole and won it at Kansas. Joe Nemechek, Front Row Joe, back in 2004. Jimmy Johnson in 2008. You have Matt Kenseth in 2013. And Kevin Harvick started and won from the pole in the fall of 2013. Then the final stat you want to know about, the deepest in the field, someone has started at Kansas and won. Brad Keselowski in the spring of 2011 won starting from the 25th position. So it can be done, but more times than not, it's usually in the top 10 at Kansas. If you start in the top 10, you have a really good chance of winning the race. Again, the winner of a year ago, after Martin Truex Jr. sat on the pole and finished 14th, the winner after starting 6th in the race, rocketed to the front and won it, was our buddy Kyle Busch. Rowdy won it a year ago in May of 2016. Here are the points heading to Kansas for this weekend's racing. Kyle Larson with a 54-point lead over Martin Truex Jr. In comes Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Jamie McMurray, Joey Logano currently 6th in points, Kevin Harvick 7th, Jimmy Johnson, the Chevrolet man, 8th, Clint Boyer 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Kyle Busch in points as they head again, and are there obviously, at Kansas Speedway. Last, just to recap, last Sunday, the Geico 500, your top 10 there. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got his first ever career win. First time a NASCAR driver got kissed by another NASCAR driver in victory lane. That would be because his girlfriend was there. Danica gave him a big old smooch there in victory lane as Stenhouse got his first career win and a big win for Roush Fenway Racing. Jamie McMurray, strong finish, finished second in that Chevrolet. Kyle Busch third, Eric Amarola fourth, Casey Kane driving the bow tie Chevrolet finished fifth, Kurt Busch sixth, Brad Keselowski seventh, Jimmy Johnson in the Chevrolet finishing eighth, Paul Menard in the Chevrolet finished ninth, and David Reagan the Ford rounded out the top 10. So in the race last Sunday at Talladega, 1, 2, 3, 4 Chevrolets in the top 10. So that's pretty good for the bow tie folks. As we said here at Champion Chevrolet, the number one Chevy dealer in the state of Tennessee. Don't forget the Malibu LTs through Monday. The 2017 Malibu LTs, 25% off the sticker through Monday. And that's a great way to come out, as Andy said a few minutes ago, and Tim said off there, said, man, Mother's Day weekend, be a good time to come up here and check out one of those nameplates, been around for many, many years, Malibu Chevrolet, and the Malibu LTs are 25% off here at Champion through Monday. Tom Taylor Sports Show, thanks for being with us. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll get ready to talk to Phillip Fulmer, former head football coach of the Tennessee Volunteers, coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Champion Chevrolet, show number 515, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us live here at Champion Chevrolet. Again, our 515th show tomorrow. We're going to be at Food City, broadcasting live, having a big time there. Looking forward to hanging out at Food City tomorrow on Eastman Road in Kingsport with Mark Hubbard and the great folks there. And then let's see where we go next week. Next week, Monday, we got one to be booked. Tuesday, we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit, having a big time there. Wednesday, Chick-fil-A. Next Thursday, right back here at Champion Chevrolet. Of course, next Friday, we'll be at a Food City. So Monday, got a couple of different options going different places. Saturday, we're going to be at Sprint, special Sprint broadcast. It's Customer Appreciation Day at Sprint. North Roan Street in Johnson City. We'll be there tomorrow, or rather Friday. I'm sorry. Getting excited already. Saturday, we'll be there from 11 to 1, a special broadcast for Customer Appreciation Day. So looking forward to hanging out with the folks from Sprint. We're a proud card-carrying member of Sprint here on the show, and so we will look forward to talking to Big Zeb and John and all the folks, Greg and all the gang. We'll be there live at North Roan Street, right there at North Roan, right in front of Longhorn Steakhouse. Along that strip plaza, you can see the Sprint sign prominently displayed on top of the building, so we'll be there broadcasting live on Saturday. So tomorrow at Food City, Saturday at Sprint, Monday to be announced, and Tuesday will be at Phil's Dream Pit, again, right off the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. National Hockey League last night, it's wrapped up. The Penguins, after the Capitals won the President's Cup for the most wins in the regular season, the Penguins eliminate the defending Stanley Cup champions, eliminate Washington, again 2-0 to win the series, the best of 7, 4-3. So now, for the conference championship, for the right to get to the Stanley Cup, the Ottawa Senators will take on the Pittsburgh Penguins in the East. In the Western Conference, last night Anaheim wins 2-1 to eliminate the Edmonton Oilers. So the Nashville Predators, how about it? The Predators will take on the Anaheim Ducks for the Western Conference Finals, to be announced. I would assume it's going to start this weekend. So the Final Four have been set for the National Hockey League. Ottawa and the Pittsburgh Penguins, the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference Finals, the Anaheim Ducks, and the Nashville Predators. You have Penguins, Ducks, Predators, and Senators are the Final Four, nickname-wise, for the National Hockey League. NBA, let's see what's going on there. Tonight you have one game, and it's a biggie. My boys, the San Antonio Spurs in Houston to battle the Rockets, and the Game 6 of the best of 7. Again, the Spurs lead at 3-2. They'll play possibly without Kawhi Leonard, who rolled an ankle late in the ballgame against the Rockets, so already down without Tony Parker. We'll see if the Spurs can do it tonight in Game 6 in Houston against the Rockets, and that'll be the only game tonight. Tomorrow night, Boston and Washington. Celtics lead that series 3-2, and they'll try and close it out tomorrow night in Washington. But tonight, one game, it's going to be a dandy. San Antonio and the Houston Rockets tonight from Houston. My Spurs trying to move on to the next round, waiting with a long layoff. The Golden State Warriors, who again swept the Utah Jazz, and so they're waiting, and so are the Cavaliers, waiting for the end of the Boston-Washington series. So the two teams everybody thinks will be in the NBA Finals having a pretty good layoff right now. The Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference, and that's, again, what's going on there. Tom Taylor Sports Show, again, thanks for being with us. We'll take a quick break, come right back. We'll, again, catch up with and make an attempt, and we hope it'll come through to talk to the former head football coach, University of Tennessee Volunteers, Phillip Fulmer. That is our goal, and so we'll take a break and track him down. He's due to talk to us coming up next. We'll do that right here as we work our way through, getting ready for the final hour. Kevin Harmon joins us at the bottom of the hour, talking Tennessee sports. But again, Coach Fulmer scheduled to be with us next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game.
We're back live again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Champion Chevrolet. We're here every Thursday, the #1 Chevy dealer in the entire state of Tennessee. We're all the Malibus again through Monday. Malibu LTs are 25% off. And so what a treat for me personally. I've had the opportunity to talk to this gentleman several times over the last couple of years. He's in the Tri-Cities a lot, helping out with East Tennessee State Buccaneer football. The former head football coach, University of Tennessee, Coach Phillip Fulmer. And, Coach, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Tom, I'm good. Thank you for having me on today.
Yes, sir. It's a privilege for me. Again, I always consider you a class act and a gentleman with lots of integrity, and you've been a great ambassador for Tennessee football and college football. And you've got a camp getting ready to unfold a little bit later on this summer. Tell me about it.
We do. We're excited about it. It's the second annual Phillip Fulmer Hall of Fame football camp at Rocky Top Sports World in Gatlinburg. It's a fabulous venue, and we have a bunch of my former players come back and coach in it, and a lot of coaches from the area. East Tennessee State always sends one or at least one coach, usually sometimes two. Last year was two. Carson Newman, Tusculum, Cumberland, so that the kids that are old enough get a chance to look at. But it's a camp kind of for all ages, to be honest with you. And it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th of June, and it's a day camp, so parents stay around and watch us work with the guys, and we have little clinics, all sorts of little clinics for everybody, and it's really a fun camp. It's one of the best things I've done since I've been out of coaching. It kind of gets me back into it a little bit, and it's fun to be around 7 to 17. That covers a pretty good spectrum of youngsters, so it's been fun.
We're talking to Coach Fulmer again. So how do we get signed up? Do you go to a website or make a phone call? How do we get signed up and say we want to come?
Yeah, go to RockyTopSportsWorld.com and then scroll down to Phillip Fulmer Hall of Fame Football Camp, and they can sign up, and you can come for 1 day or 3 days, anything that you kind of want to do. And obviously we do all the fun things, the T-shirts and all the paraphernalia that goes with a camp. But most of all, they get to be around some really neat young men. And Heath Schuler's coming back again this year. Eric Gaines, Jason Swain, who played for me, radio personality himself here in Knoxville now. Eric is as well. We got Eric Westmoreland coming back, Jabari Davis. Really, really good group of guys, plus the coaches from the area colleges that I mentioned.
We're Talking to former coach, University of Tennessee coach Phillip Fulmer. What a honor for me to talk to this gentleman. Coach, you keep your finger on the pulse of college football. So we're going to talk about the signing day coming up here in a few minutes. But grade out college football right now. Is it healthy? Is it good? What do you think about college football right now?
No, I think it's very healthy. I mean, as long as the television dollars hold out and you have end of the season like we had last year, the Clemson-Alabama game, and as many people that watched that, the interest that was in it, and the championship. So the playoff system is working. That's good. Lots of bowl games out there for teams to go to. I think maybe a few too many bowl games. When you're 5 and 6 and can get to a bowl game, it's a little different, but that's okay, I guess, to celebrate a team that's getting better, maybe. But the money scares you because there's so much pressure on coaches now. Absolutely no patience. With a coach that might be rebuilding or having a tough year. Unfortunately, there's too many athletic directors that are never been in a huddle or a dugout or on the sideline, and that sometimes they don't. They're more about the dollars and those kinds of things than they are about the kids or the coach. So that's a little bit different and tough, but it is what it is. But it's pretty healthy financially.
We're talking to former Tennessee football coach Phillip Fulmer. So if you could change something in college football, you say it's very healthy. What is one thing you'd like to see changed to feel like going forward with better college football?
Well, I was an advocate when I was a coach, and we're getting closer to this. I'd have 6 or 7 coaches that actually coached on the field. Maybe as many as 7 or 8, and then I'd have 4 or 5 other guys that all they did was recruit. And then you've got coaches that stay in town with your players and around your players all the time. And right now, the coaches are so divided between having to recruit and having to coach that there are points in the season where there are players on campus that you've spent all this time and money getting to campus, they're unsupervised, and it's just like your own kids. You don't want to leave your kids at home by themselves, and sometimes we tend to do that. So I'd make an effort to have coaches that coach and coaches that recruit. I mean, the pros got it right in the way that they do it, and to me that makes sense.
We're talking to Coach Fulmer again. They've added another signing day. Again, that made official early this week by the NCAA. It's going to be in late December along with the traditional February Wednesday. Your thoughts about 2 signing days now for college football?
I think it's great. I mean, we had an early signing date back when I played. I mean, that was kind of got everybody off the table and committed, and let everybody know exactly who they really should spend time and money recruiting, rather than out there, some kid playing games with you. Or it also makes the school obligated. You can say you're interested, but if you're not really willing to sign me in December, it puts the pressure back on the school. So it's good for the kid too. I think it's a win-win for college athletics.
Talking to Coach Fulmer again with us live from Knoxville. Again, tell us, Coach, your thoughts going forward about 2017 Tennessee football.
Well, I'm like everybody else. I'm optimistic that we'll continue to build on what we've done. I know everybody is anxious to get that championship, but or at least the Eastern Championship, and we're close. We were very close. I think Butch has done a really good job of building the program to the place it is from where it was. We at least got kids now that are being drafted, which tells you that you've got players that can compete at this level, and they've been developed. Time it gets back usually to a play or two or a series or a decision or an injury or something like that in this league, and we'd like to get to the championship game, and I think Butch has got us in a good position to do that. We can't be be talking about 9 wins not being good enough. That's a good year, in anybody's book, and all this stuff that goes around sometimes, the negativity, doesn't do any good for the program. If you're going to support a program, support it, and up until you just can't anymore. And I think that's the way it should be done. And I think right now Butch is our coach, and we need to do a good job of supporting him.
I think you're 100% accurate on all points, Coach. Again, a little closer to home, the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. Coach Carl Torbush has got this program heading in the right direction, and you've had your thumbprint on this program here in Johnson City, too. Tell me about it.
Well, I did for a couple of years. Carl's done a great job with the program, and Dick Sander and all those guys have just Dr. Nolan has been fabulous. Scott Carter, came up from Tennessee as well. I can't wait to come. I went by the school the other day and saw the stadium and how far along that's come to see that on campus stadium. But right now, I'm just thrilled for them. I mean, they had another step in the right direction last year, and look forward to hopefully a really good season this year. East Tennessee State's recruited well, and they're well coached, and it'll be fun to watch. And of course, I follow their whole program. We're all excited about the basketball and all that they did. So, have some great friends up there at ETSU, and then also in the Tri-Cities area, and we appreciate them very much.
Coach, before I let you go, I know you're busy. Again, please plug your camp one more time. It's coming up. These kids need to come down there and be a part of your camp. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm hopeful from all around the area that we'll have kids from 7 to 17 on June the 14th. Let's see, I'm going to get the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Come down to Gatlinburg and register your young men 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You can come to all three. Go online at RockyTopSportsWorld.com and then scroll to Phillip Fulmer Football Camp, and you get all the details. It'll be a lot of fun. Former players, college coaches. I stay there for the entire time, and it'll be a lot of fun at a great facility. Not a good facility. It's a great facility at Rocky Top Sports World. Got 7 turf lighted football fields, and we'll have all the trainers. Everything will be safety first for the concerned moms and dads. It's a non-contact camp. Make sure everybody knows that. We don't even wear pads. It's all about fundamentals and teaching these young guys how to play football and play it safely.
Coach, I know you're very busy. I can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you. You're very gracious, and I appreciate you. And good luck on the camp. We'll talk to you down the road, all right?
Thank you, Tom. You too, buddy. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Great man right there. Thank you very much. Again, Phillip Fulmer, the head football coach, former football coach of the Tennessee Volunteers, and got his take on Butch Jones in Tennessee. And he said, you know what? A 9-win season in the Southeastern Conference is a heck of a year, and he's exactly right. It's not easy to win in the toughest conference in the country. A lot of expectations on Butch Jones and on the program, and I'm like him. A lot of the negativity flies around, particularly on social media, is unfounded. You lose the game, everybody says, just fire the coach. Well, come on now. It's a little bit difficult than that. I'm sure Tim could sit over here and tell you can't just fire the staff. Every time, if you keep firing the staff and reloading, you're always putting yourself behind the 8 ball. That's never more evident than college sports, particularly in football. When you fire the staff and bring in a new staff and you set recruiting back at least 1, maybe 2 seasons, so it's a perpetual catching up situation. So 9 wins, Southeastern Conference, pretty good. Obviously, you want championships, and that's what he said. That's the whole point of why you get out on the fields, to win championships. And the first one you want to get is the Eastern Division of the Southeastern Conference, and you win the SEC championship. So, and again, he was very complimentary of Carl Torbush and the football program at East Tennessee State. And he is right. We're going to be doing a live broadcast there coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to do our show live from the brand new football stadium at East Tennessee State. They're putting the finishing touches, heading down the home stretch, getting it ready for football come September, which is, 100 and some days away, but it'll be here before you know it. So, anyway, thanks to Coach Fulmer. You heard his take on National Signing Day and what he would do if he could change college college football, or if he could do something different. So very nice interview, and I know the guy is swamped, and so I appreciate his time very much. And of course, that means a lot to me. He wanted to be on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 515. Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got Kevin Harmon coming to the bottom of the hour, talk the entire UT Sports program. Coming up next, we'll take a look again at Major League Baseball and also tell you about some of the great specials you can get here at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. And we're talking Malibus, we're talking Silverados, we're talking pre-owns, we're talking a little Champion Chevrolet. We got more sports for you coming up here as we're live at Champion Chevrolet. Tomorrow we're going to be at Food City in Kingsport on Eastman Road, getting ready for Mother's Day weekend. On Monday we have to be determined, to be announced where we're going to be. Next Tuesday we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. So we just keep on keeping on. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on a show they said would never make it. We're at number 515 here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Again, we are live, as we said, at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Highway Motor Mile, Johnson City. Certainly appreciate them letting us come over and hang out with them today. Show number 515 tomorrow, again, at Food City on Eastman Road in Kingsport. Let's clean up this desk a little bit. Let you know some of the things going on around the region after having last weekend off. Short track racing under the lights at Kingsport Speedway back tomorrow night. Races include late model stock car, modified street, Pure 4, Mod 4, and Pure Street divisions. We'll have Bill Patrick on with us tomorrow. Maybe trying to work in Chris Van Dyke or Robbie Ferguson, get one of those guys tomorrow with us live at Food City on Eastman Road. And so there'll be racing tomorrow. Gates open at 5:30, followed by qualifying at 7, racing at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Adult tickets only $10. Kids 12 and under get in free at the Concrete Jungle, Kingsport Speedway, and that'll be coming up again, as we said, tomorrow night, again for Mother's Day weekend, racing, as we said, at the Concrete Jungle, Kingsport Speedway. College basketball guard Shimbari Phillips leaving Tennessee after spending 2 seasons with the Volunteers. His release has been granted from his scholarship. 6'3" guard from Atlanta made 13 starts as a sophomore this past season. Volunteer coach Rick Barnes says we're going to do everything we can to help him find the school and the program that's the best fit for him. Barnes added that Phillips will have plenty of options because the kind of person and teammate he is. Phillips averaged 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and about 21 minutes of action this past season. And so Shimbari Phillips gone from the Tennessee men's basketball team, transferring out. It looks like he's heading off to another school. And as I said, Coach Barnes said we're going to do everything we can to make sure that he lands at the school that best fits him for he and his career. More NASCAR news coming out this afternoon. The crew chief for Eric Amarola is the latest earned a suspension from NASCAR. Drew Blickensderfer suspended 3 races because Amarola's 4th place car Talladega had too much rear skew. Now apparently this is the problem. I know Joey Logano got problems with rear end suspension. That was after the Richmond race. You've got Keselowski with troubles from Phoenix with rear end suspension. And now Eric Amarola and his crew chief, too much rear skew. Now we're talking 1/32 of an inch off. That's how finite and laser pinpoint these post-race inspections are. He was also fined $65,000, and Amarola was docked 35 points. Somebody asked him where the money goes. I don't know if it goes into a pool for drivers or that it goes to humanitarian causes. I don't know where the money goes, but there's been a lot of money heading towards NASCAR over the last couple of weeks with Paul Wolfe and the crew chief for Joey Logano, and now the crew chief Drew Blickensderfer for Eric Amarola. Docked 35 points and fined $65,000. The penalty drops the Richard Petty Motorsports driver 3 spots in the Cup standings, which is huge, from 17th to 20th. Also under suspension is Joey Logano's crew chief Todd Gordon because Logano's winning car at Richmond failed inspection. Also with the rear end and whatever goes on back there in the rear end on these cars, they're missing the inspection. And again, the one Logano got penalized for was 1/32 of an inch. And so that's how finite, for lack of a better term, it is. Again, on these cars, NASCAR against racing this weekend. Saturday night will be the Go Bowling 400 at Kansas Speedway. The truck series will be the Toyota Tundra 250 tomorrow night. So the Xfinity drivers are off until Charlotte coming up in a couple of weeks. And so the Cup drivers, the truck drivers this weekend at Kansas Speedway. I know exactly where I'm going to be on Monday. I apologize. I'm going to be at Bristol Motor Speedway Monday. We're getting ready for the big short track race coming up next weekend. So we'll take the show on the road to, why did I know? I knew that until I start talking about NASCAR. We will be at Bristol Motor Speedway, Bruton Smith Building, coming up on Monday. Tuesday we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit. Wednesday, Chick-fil-A. Thursday, right back here at Champion Chevrolet. The next Friday we'll be at Food City. But Monday we'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway, getting ready for the big short track nationals. Coming over 500 cars will be coming to Bristol Motor Speedway next weekend. We'll tell you more about that again when we get there on Monday. All right, what else going on? Pro football news. Peyton Manning will become the first Indianapolis Colt to have a jersey retired during a 2-day celebration coming up later on. Celebration coming up of his career this fall. Rather, the weekend will begin with the unveiling of Manning's statue outside of Lucas Oil Stadium on October the 7th and conclude the following day when he is inducted into the team's Ring of Honor. Becomes the 7th player in franchise history with a retired number. Manning spent his first 13 seasons in Indianapolis, where he won 4 MVP awards and his first Super Bowl title. He retired after winning another championship, of course, with the Denver Broncos. So Manning will have his jersey retired on October the 7th in Indianapolis. And again, the first Indianapolis Colt to have his jersey retired. The other folks, again, the 7th all told. So the other 6 through the Baltimore Colt part of the franchise. So pretty cool. And so Peyton will have his jersey retired the weekend of October the 7th as they play their in, obviously, Indianapolis. Tom Taylor Sports Show, thanks for being with us. Also, college basketball, some more conference shuffles. The Missouri Valley Conference has invited Valparaiso to join the league, replacing the Shockers of Wichita State. The league announcing its 9 members voted on a unanimous vote to extend an invite to the Crusaders, who currently play in the Horizon League. That'll be effective July 1st of this year. Again, the Missouri Valley Conference has recently lost Creighton to the Big East and the Shockers to the American Athletic Conference. So Missouri Valley Conference picked up the Crusaders of Valparaiso in a unanimous vote, and so that is a good thing. And so we salute Valparaiso and the Missouri Valley Conference, again, being a part of the Missouri Valley, replacing Creighton and Wichita State, looking for conferences, and they got them, which is a good thing. Tom Taylor Sports Show, thanks for being with us again. A big thrill just finishing talking to Coach Phillip Fulmer live from Knoxville. That was a neat thing, and we enjoyed visiting with him very much. And we're going to be joined by my man Kevin Harmon coming up here in just a minute or two. He's going to don the microphones and after the break, and we'll see what's going on with him. Hey, tonight, don't forget Street Fights happening at Bristol Dragway. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Racing starts at 6. Again, $5 gets you in, $10 to race, and so you can take any vehicle you have to Street Fights tonight. Again, that'll be going on at Bristol Dragway, and so you can take your vehicle, whatever you're driving, and get out there on the straightways of the Bristol Dragway and race. And so Street Fights coming up tonight, beginning at 5 o'clock, and again, that's happening at Bristol Dragway, obviously in Bristol, Tennessee, home of the Thunder Valley Nationals, coming up next week, or next month rather, for Father's Day weekend. And finally, in sports, before we get into Kevin's here. We're going to join us coming up here in just a few minutes. Again, big weekend for golf. The Players Championship underway, starting today. It will be the Players Championship in Florida. Again, $10.5 million purse for the TPC. That starts today, and so all kinds of guys down there are favored to win it. And so we'll see who does when the smoke clears on Monday. But again, the Players Championship starting today with a total purse of $10.5 million. Hey, one of our great sponsors, Max Medicine Mart. Don't forget the Gaia supplements and also a Solgar, 20% off the month of May at Max Medicine Mart. Now, for Mother's Day weekend, a lot of folks do this. They go in and get one of those little plastic baskets with the handles, and they go around and they make their own basket. The gifts, a little something this for mom and something this. They got candies. They got the Amish food, of course. They got the salsas. They got all the different types of food that they bring in. The Amish food out of Pennsylvania and out of Ohio. We've also got the Willow Tree Angel figurines, which is great for mom for Mother's Day. And, of course, you can get a gift certificate at Max Medicine Mart, good for anything, including going towards prescriptions at Max Medicine Mart. So, and again, this month, Solgar and Gaia, the two health supplements, are 20% off right off the top. Again, all month long for Gaia and Solgar at Max Medicine Mart in Kingsport. Make tracks to Max, and you do, and we appreciate those folks very much. And again, of course, another great sponsor we want to say thanks to is our buddy, the Gator Man at Cherokee Barbershop. A lot of guys get their haircut this weekend for mom for Mother's Day, going back to see mom, or mom's here local coming around to see. And so a lot of guys get their ears lowered and get cleaned up a little bit for Mother's Day. And you can do that. Located at Executive Park South, right below not Wingdeer Park, right below Tipton Hayes Farm in South Johnson City. When the barber pole's out, the Gator Man's in. Again, last week he had 9 first-time customers. He had over 200 last year. This guy he grows by leaps and bounds almost on a weekly basis, but there's always room for you. You know why he grows? Because haircuts are free. A cup of coffee costs you $11. You get to keep the cup, but the haircut's free. Again, at Cherokee Barbershop in South Johnson City there on South Road, right below Tipton Haynes Working Farm. And again, he's open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, 5 days a week rather, Tuesday through Saturday, closed on Sunday and closed on Monday. My man, the Gator Man, Cherokee Barbershop, he calls in every Monday, does the quiz show, and didn't do too good this week. Started out 0 for 2 and wound up 3 for 5. So I hung in there pretty good, but didn't set the woods on fire, but it is what it is. Quick break, we'll be right back. We're live here again at Champion Chevrolet. Again, reminding you that the Malibu LTs through Monday, there is a sense of urgency. Malibu LTs here on the lot at Champion Chevrolet, they are 25% off through Monday. How about that? That is a strong savings again. And one of those nameplates from many, many years. Remember when I was a kid growing up in West Virginia, everybody wanted to have a Malibu growing up. And so my buddy had one, an SS 396. You can talk about I could walk the dog. Lord have mercy, that thing would go. He'd drop rubber in all 4 gears. I mean, it was smoking good. So the Malibu's still around, and of course the 2017 here Champion, the Malibu LTs are 25% off through Monday. And don't forget, at Champion Chevrolet, they are at the website at championjc.com, and also they are found on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook, and they do a great job. And again, some of the great folks make this go: Jay Hayes and Ron Dunn and Kristen Martin and, oh gosh, I don't have my glasses, of course, Tim Copenhaver and Andy Dietrich are the co-owners of said facility. So they just get her done. Again, don't forget the service department open Saturdays 8 to 5. And again, they're on the Motor Mile here in Johnson City on the Bristol Motor Mile. Champion Chevrolet and Cadillac. Again, the website, championjc.com, the #1 Chevy dealer in the entire state of Tennessee. Over 50 dealerships across the volunteer state. This one right here is Numero Uno. That's because they got folks that know how to take care of their customers. That's the name of the game. Quick break. We'll be right back. He's here. He's Kevin Harmon. He's ready to go talking Tennessee sports next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live here again. We appreciate him being here with us, and he knows exactly what he's supposed to do. Right on cue. My man Kevin Harmon's in the house again, talking Tennessee sports and following up on other guys talking some sports a little bit earlier in the show, and that would be former UT coach Phillip Fulmer joined us by phone from Knoxville, and we certainly appreciate that. So Kev's here with us. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, Tom. How are you?
Good. Are you muting that thing? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Are you actually pulling stuff up UT? So, hey, we're live talking Tennessee sports, and we're going to get to that here in just a second. Do want to give a plug and do this every show, and so I want to give a big shout out to Pantene, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. As again, we're growing the hair to have it reach the appropriate length. They're going to cut it off and help make real wigs for ladies going through cancer treatment, radiation and chemotherapy, and again. Beautiful links, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. Free real hair wigs to all women who've lost their hair due to cancer treatment. So I'm doing it. You can do it as well. Just go to PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. Check it out. We've almost hit the appropriate length to get it cut off, and we'll probably start over and do it again because, as I've said, I've lost a father and a mother and a stepmother to cancer. So just my way of giving back to the cause. And so anyway, Pantene. Pantene, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. Baseball this afternoon, Elizabethton and Sullivan East. It's for all the marbles because if you lose, the season's over. Coming out of the losers bracket, we're going there at 4:50, 5 o'clock first pitch. If you win that game, you come back and play Sullivan South in game 2 because they're in the winners bracket and have not lost. And so if you win that game, if you're Elizabethton, you come back tomorrow and play for the outright championship of the district and have home field advantage next week. Also, this first game this afternoon, 5 o'clock first pitch from J. Fred Johnson Stadium. The winner of that game, not only do you move on, but you also qualify for the regional, and the loser's eliminated from the season. So big game, 4:50 airtime. We'll go first pitch at 5 o'clock. Today brought to you by the Elizabethton Parks and Rec and the Elizabethton Twins. Sponsor the game coming up today. We're looking forward to being over there and bringing you the broadcast on a beautiful day for baseball. Kev's here with us, and so where do we start? Let's start with Tennessee sports to take a look at the softball. What's going on with that?
Well, in softball, you have the SEC tournament going on. LSU beat Missouri yesterday, 6-5. So LSU Tennessee tonight at 6:30 on the SEC network. Tennessee wins that game, then they play probably Auburn, who will play Kentucky. So then probably get to play Florida at that point. So, 7:30 tonight, get your eyes to the tube and pull for the Lady Vols and see how we can do.
Can you watch it on the internet?
Yeah, you can. If you have the ESPN app,
yep.
you can pull it off the internet and stream it live. As long as you have the ESPN family of networks, and you can log in through your Comcast or Charter network and watch the game.
Here you go. Lady Vols tonight. They're playing at where?
In Knoxville. Tournament's in Knoxville.
In K-Town.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good stuff. So the Lady Vols get a chance to watch. It'll be a great night for softball. The weather-wise is going to be perfect tonight.
It's going to be hot, yeah.
A little hot, a little humidity. A little East Tennessee humidity's kicked in. That's good.
Yes.
Beats the snow and the wind and the rain, I can tell you that.
That's for sure.
We'll take it. We're talking to Kevin Harmon. Just had on before you got here. Shambari Phillip's been released of his scholarship for the men's team, moving on. So what's the very latest going on with that?
Well, I guess he did. I thought he was a pretty good ball player. I guess he saw that with the addition of the Darrington kid that his playing time might be a little bit limited, so he's going to apply his wares elsewhere. Tennessee's giving him his release. I wish him well. I hope he does well. I hope he lands in a good spot that will take his talent and exploit it to the nth degree. Again, I thought he had a really nice outside jump shot and played really tough defense, and hate to see him go.
So I don't get this. You have to help me with this because I see this more and more. Kids look and see these kids coming in being recruited and go, oh gosh, I'm not going to get to play, and I leave. And I see it all the time in football and in basketball. You see a lot of these quarterbacks leaving because they don't think they're going to play. Guys, it only takes one play to be out, and all of a sudden they're going to tap you on the shoulder and go, you go in. So the attrition rate in college sports is unbelievable. So why do you got getting hurt? You got academic problems. There's off-court problems, guys getting in trouble and getting suspended. So if they recruit you in front of me, why would I arbitrarily go, well, Kevin's got recruited, I'm not going to get to play, I'm going to leave? Why would they do that? Is that what we're talking about?
Sort of, yeah.
I mean,
that's just the nature of the beast we have today. And there's a fear amongst Tennessee's quarterbacks, amongst the fan base, that's going to happen to one of our two quarterbacks. But You're right. I mean, you are just a play away. And Tennessee, the last 4 years, they played 3 quarterbacks in 2 of those seasons. So Dobbs was pretty versatile, pretty durable. But with Tennessee, you had Mostella out, you had injuries, and I have mixed emotions on it. You want to play, and you think, well, they recruit a kid over me, I can A, work my tail off to get better, or B, I can leave. And it seems like they leave a lot to maybe find a place where there's an opening where you have not so many shooting guards as you have. Whatever your strength is, you try to find a school that doesn't have that. You had a lot of graduate or whatever, and you can just sit right in. Tennessee picked up a cornerback from Louisville, because they're short at depth in quarterbacks, so they took a cornerback. You would think that the cornerbacks they have would bust their tail to become better, to get more playing time, but it just sometimes doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
I just don't get it. I don't understand it because, and who's to say when the quarterback that gets tapped to be the starting quarterback in Tennessee, the other won't get mad and leave. It's happened before.
Yeah,
look, Peterman left.
Yeah.
Riley Ferguson left.
Yeah.
And let's go back. Who did T. Martin? I know he came in because somebody got hurt. Who got hurt and they put T. Martin into service. Am I right in saying
that's
that?
Peyton Manning.
Okay. So Manning got hurt.
No, Manning. What happened was Jerry Colquitt got hurt. Very first game against UCLA, like the 3rd or 4th play.
That's it.
He got hurt. And then Todd Helton came in.
Okay.
Helton, the baseball player. And then Manning played that game against UCLA, as did Brandon Stewart. And then Todd Helton got hurt, which then you had Brandon Stewart and Peyton Manning playing. And obviously they went with Manning and because of his cerebral skills and his arm. And then Brandon Stewart then transfers to Texas A&M and actually had a pretty decent career. And he would have sat the entire time at Tennessee. So in that case, he did the right thing. But it was and T. Martin came in behind Peyton Manning and he played.
So my point is, you just rattled off 4 or 5 quarterbacks. You don't know from play to play. I can't grasp, because I played sports. I can't grasp. Well, Kevin's coming and I'm not going to play. I'm just going to leave. Well, what happens if I leave and go to the next school and they bring in Joe Schmo and I'm back in the same? You can't just, maybe you can just keep doing a revolving door, but at some point you got to stick and say, I'm going to make this work and do what I got to do. But is there the chance that one of the 2 quarterbacks for UT will leave, the one that doesn't make Dormady or Garantano? Do you think one of those 2 guys will leave?
I don't know. I don't really have any kind of inside info into their heads and what they're thinking about. There's a fear out there that might happen because these kids want to play, and they're both good enough to play at some level in some school. They happen to be competing against each other. The consensus is, if Dormady has a good year, maybe he goes to the NFL, then you have Garantano for 2 or 3 years. And Tennessee's also recruiting this Adrian Martinez from California that seems to will go with Tennessee. He's a 4-star quarterback. So, that they seem to be reloading, and, eventually, Sherrion Jones is transferred. Don't know where he's going to land. He was a 4-star quarterback out of California. And transferred to Colorado, came back to Tennessee. The fans liked him because of his attitude, especially, in pumping up kids on the bench and being a part of the team. But he sees the handwriting on the wall. He's not going to play at Tennessee, so he's gone. But he'll go to a smaller school, probably a Division II, and play. But he just never had the arm strength that Tennessee needed to be able to throw the football downfield in the offense that we run. But he was a 4-star coming out of high school. So, these kids, I don't know. When you go back to look at Peyton Manning's recruitment, I think a big, of course he had a great relationship with Fulmer and Cutcliffe, but I think the fact that Heath Schuler went to the NFL and then Jerry Colquitt was a senior made a big deal in him signing with Tennessee. I don't know if he'd have come in if the quarterback would have been a junior. So a lot of these kids, they look at that. And what's my opportunity for early playing time? Because if you're coming into a system, you may be a little bit better talented, but the other guy may know the system better. And that's what the guys who transfer out have to worry about. I'm going to be behind a guy that knows the system, and can I actually outwork him to get there? Well, if you can outwork him, you can probably outwork the guys coming in because you know the system better than he does.
Exactly.
So it's I have no good answer for that. I mean, that's
instant gratification.
It's what these kids choose to do, and and more power to them. And I hope it works out.
It's a reflection of our society, in my humble opinion. Instant gratification. Got to do it now. I don't want to wait. Don't want to pay my dues. I want to do it now. I get that to a point, but again, in the rough and tumble Southeastern Conference football in particular, and football in general, it's one play away and you're out. And I go back to my guy. Look at Derek Carr. This football team was on the roll to do some great things in postseason. The guy goes down, breaks a leg, and a freak play. Season's over. Team kind of unraveled. Didn't do much after that. So, and that's the downside of not having a good backup quarterback, which they have since went out and got. But that's my point. You're one play away in any sport, not just football.
Yeah.
I mean, look tonight. My Spurs, Kyle Leonard may not play because he rolled an ankle the last closing moments of the game against the Rockets. Okay. So now he's down, and next man up, got to go. So just to say, well, I'm not going to get to play because Kevin got recruited, just to me seems childish and very, very selfish, quite frankly. But if you're a team player, it's not about me, it's about a we. But anyway, be that as it may, we'll see how it rolls. Speaking of all that, we kind of touched on it, but recruiting, what happens right now on college football? Is it a downtime, or are the current team players are going to spring workouts? Class is over, they're gone for a couple of weeks, school's out, they're getting ready to get out with commencement graduation. So what's the football team do now? They get away, they stay in town?
Football team they'll get away, but then you'll come back for summer workouts, and a lot of kids will stay over the summer to work out, lift weights, run. You can do non-team activities. You can't have coaches there, basically.
Right.
But like when Peyton Manning was there, I mean, he organized the workouts. So you'll have the leaders of the team that will organize the guys to stay, and you hopefully get most of your team to stay, and that they all work out together. They lift weights, they run, they do activities, they do things to make themselves better. That and recruiting, right now it's going to be about camps for college or high school seniors to be. Rising seniors, rising juniors are going to be in camps to be evaluated. And once they're evaluated, then coaches decide if they want to make scholarship offers or not. So that's what they are looking at. So then your high schools come back and they'll start fall practice August, somewhere in there, late July. And then once that season starts, your camps are pretty much done. So you have camps over the summer. Nike, a lot of these guys have camps, and they invite the opening, and they have the elite and all this, and they invite these kids and get a lot of college players down there, and you're sending out film, you're evaluating film. A big loss for Tennessee that just happened was Bob Welton, who was their talent evaluator. He's going to the Tennessee Titans, and he was very instrumental in a lot of their recruiting efforts in getting players and evaluating them and looking at their talents. And now they got to replace him. You don't really think about guys like that when it comes time to recruiting, but he's a big deal, and obviously he wants to move up, and he's going to the Titans, and I'm sure he's got a great job, and so Tennessee looks at having to replace him and put somebody in there that can kind of pick up the pieces and make it better. So we haven't really lost anybody as far as transferring out. So it's getting guys healthy. In working out and preparing yourself for the season ahead. Tennessee's got a pretty tough little schedule ahead, so they open up with Georgia Tech, and we'll know pretty quick right off the bat how well they're going to do and what they're going to look like, especially with the quarterback position.
We're talking to Kevin Harmon, talking Tennessee sports. He joins us every Thursday. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Tomorrow, Food City on Eastman Road in Kingsport. Monday, we'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway. Tuesday, we're going to be at Phil's Dream Pit. Wednesday of next week, Chick-fil-A. Thursday, Champion Chevrolet, and right back here next week. And then, of course, next Friday is our weekly stop at a local Food City. So we're here again at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Champion or Chevrolet dealer in the state. Before we go to the break, we'll come back and switch gears, and we're going to talk about Thompson Bowling Green here for just a second. But I want you to see in the showroom this right here. You talking about a great gift for Mom for Mother's Day? Mom needs a vet, as Andy said earlier.
Mom needs a vet.
The spoiler on the side, some of them are plastic. This is actual spoilers. That's actually built into the front fender there right in behind the front wheel that you see, and then the right over top of the right here, right there. I'm trying to point like a weatherman. I'm not doing a very good job, but right, where is it? Right. Oh, anyway, the right above the wheel, the back wheel. Let's just get country. That's also a true fin too. I mean, a true, not a fin, a true. Tim, what's that called on the side of the vet, my friend? What's not plastic? It's real. Not fins. What are they called? That's built into the door. Andy told me a while ago, and I went blank. So, yeah. Rocker panel. The one right above the wheel, the black, and down the side of the door. But they're not plastic. They're actually vents. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, and I didn't do a very good job. Thank goodness for Tim Copenhaver. Anyway, this would be a great gift for Mom for Mother's Day. And then right there beside it, boy, oh boy, would it. Love that guy. Then outside, let me see if I can show the camera real quick on the outside. It's not doing a very good job, but out there on the front porch, if you will, there is a canary yellow and a silver, and looks like a black vet. So easily the number one vet probably in the whole state of Tennessee as far as you're looking for Corvettes for Mom for Mother's Day. Say, oh, Tom, hey, nothing wrong with the mother driving the vet if she is so inclined. And don't forget the Malibus are 25% off. The Malibu LT is one of those nameplates of Chevrolet for lo these many years. And so through Monday, it's a limited time, the Malibu LTs are 25% off right off the top because they're moving them here, and that's why they're the number one Chevy dealer in the state. Quick break. We'll be right back. No, before we go to the break, talking to Kevin Harmon. Thompson Bowling Arena, 30 years old this month.
It's amazing, huh?
Yeah.
That's older than Stokely Athletic Center.
Yeah,
which is where I watched them play when I was in school. And you think of Stokely being there forever, from the 60s on, but it only lasted 29 years. So now Thompson Bowling is actually a lot older than Stokely was. And, there's a lot of memories in the Thompson Bowling Arena. I saw Norah Jones there. Not that that's a huge concert, but I did see it.
Norah Jones?
Yeah, Norah Jones.
Well, there's blowing off the dust. We went and saw Norah Jones.
I can't even remember what she sings. That's bad.
Yeah. What's her genre? Rock and roll?
No. She's more, I guess, mainstream pop type thing. She did a really good cover of Hank Williams' Cold Cold Heart.
Okay.
You would recognize her if you heard some of her songs.
How long ago did you see Norah Jones in concert?
I went with Chris and B, so it probably was 6-7 years ago. Well, my favorite memory there was Chris Lofton hitting a 30-foot jump shot over Kevin Durant to beat Texas. And Tennessee had a double-digit deficit, and they came back and won the game in overtime against Rick Barnes and a good Texas team. But Chris Lofton was just deadly, and he absolutely made that place rock. And my favorite times were going to ball games with him there, and watching it. During the first part of Pearl's tenure, and I think this was the second year he beat Texas in Texas the year before. They came back to Thompson Bowling and took the lead and had the lead late, and Tennessee was down 87-85. And when Chris Lofton launched like a 30-foot shot with under a minute to go with Kevin Durant on him and just buried it. And that place just went absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's just a fantastic play and shot, and I can't imagine anything better than that. But a lot of people played there through the years. Shaquille O'Neal, and you've had a lot of players come and go through Thompson Bowling Arena, all the Kentucky players, and Allen Houston, those guys, Tennessee, Chris Lofton. So I don't know what they're going to do with it. It seems to be in pretty good shape, but 30 years is a long time to be in one arena, so we'll see.
So before we go to the break, the follow-up question, pointed question that it is, are you sold on Rick Barnes, the men's coach?
I like Rick Barnes, yeah. I'd like to see him get some good players in here. Maybe, I don't know if he'll recruit like Calipari does at Kentucky. He's got like 5 guys in the top 10 already, but I like Rick Barnes. I think he's a good coach. I think the jury is out on his recruiting. He did get the Darrington kid, and he is in on another kid. It's a 4-star ball player. I think if he gets in a good ball player, the good ball players, he will coach them up. It's obvious that we've done a lot with less talent than a lot of teams the last couple of years. So you hope that a player will see that and say, hey, I can get the coaching I need, and then I can go to the NBA. Barnes he's proven he can put guys in the NBA and coach, but the biggest question mark on him is his desire to recruit the high-level athlete.
We're talking to Kevin Harmon. We'll take a quick break, switch gears from UT because he is a big Predators fan. We'll talk a little hockey. Preds are in the Western Conference Finals. We'll talk about it through this man's eyes next here, live at Champion Chevrolet, here on the show number 515 that said it wouldn't work. 515, Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
We are back live again. Boone is winning, as we heard Kev say, because they've won. They're 33-5, and they start out 3-3, so they're 30-2 over the last 32 games. That's pretty strong. We're Jeremy Jenkins and the Lady Blazers softball team. We're here talking to Kev for a few more minutes, and we'll get ready. We're going to bring you we hope it'll be a doubleheader today. It'll be Elizabethton and Sullivan East in the elimination game at 5 o'clock, airtime 4:50 from J. Fred Johnson Stadium, brought to you by the Elizabethton Parks and Rec and by the Elizabethton Twins. You win that game, East goes home for the season. Then you come back, you've qualified for the regional, and you play Sullivan South, who has not lost coming out of the winners bracket. Obviously, it's double elimination. So both teams today, first game, have lost. East got beat by Elizabethton on, Monday, and that thrilling, you talking about a game. Bottom of the 7th. 2 out, 2 strikes from the kid, Elizabeth has got the bases loaded down to. This kid strokes a bases clearing game-winning double, Ethan Eggleston, and so Elizabeth wins a 9-8 on the last strike of the game.
That's exciting.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a way to finish. That was a fun one to call.
That's a great thrill he'll always remember.
Yes,
Yep.
you better believe it. And so those same two teams play tonight, 5 o'clock. Loser goes home. Winner will move on to the regional. As we said, play in Sullivan South at 7:30 tonight. So we hope we'll be doing a double dip. It's a lot of baseball, but that's okay. 'Tis the season. Let's talk about the ice. The Predators, Nashville, Anaheim Ducks closed out Edmonton last night, so the Western Conference final is set. Ottawa and the Penguins, the defending Stanley Cup champions of the Eastern Conference. The Predators and the Anaheim Ducks in the Western Conference, and I think they'll start this weekend, or they start next week? You told me.
Friday night, right?
Friday night, tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
That's what I thought. Yeah, this weekend.
Tomorrow's Sunday and Sunday over game 1 and 2. Then they go Tuesday, Thursday to Nashville, then back Sunday, and if for game 5 would be Sunday, and then your game 6 would be Tuesday again in Nashville.
So the first 2 in Anaheim.
First 2 in Anaheim, the next 2, then you go 1-1-1.
Yep, 2-2, 1-1-1, the best of 7.
Yeah.
2 in Anaheim, 2 in Nashville, then back and forth, 1-1-1. So the Predators, who would have thunk it, but they were playing excellent hockey, beat 2 good programs, obviously, Chicago and the St. Louis Blues to get to the finals, and so they're in uncharted territory, and that's exciting for the Predators, and the fan base is really, I hear more and more people talking around here about the Predators now.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of bandwagon fans. You know, hockey's not that big, but around here, but it's you know, you can go on YouTube and you can see, you know, GoPros of hockey referees and umpires, whatever they call them, on the ice, and it's a fast, multi-talented sport, and it's a whole lot of fun, and playoff hockey is just intense. So, you know, it'd be great for the state of Tennessee, great for the city of Nashville. If you get the Predators, you get to the Stanley Cup Finals. So I'm going to be pulling for them. I'm going to watch every game I can, and I hope that they can pull it out and, you know, probably play the Penguins for the NHL championship.
That'd be awesome.
For the Stanley Cup, it would be awesome.
Yeah, and it's doable.
It's very doable.
You're down to the final 4.
I read some articles that say they're the actual favorites now.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to handle that stuff. But I think that the Predators have the depth, and they have the skill, and they have the talent, and they have the leadership to do it. So let's go Preds.
Let's go Preds.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming by here. I know you're busy. You got lots going on in the real estate market. Century 21
yeah.
Legacy is the man to call right here, this guy. Now, we talked about him last week. You got a free plug, didn't even know about it, but we were at Jeremy Livesey's Mortgage Investors Group, and so he said, which I thought was very cool, he said, you know that guy that I met, Kevin, he said, he'd be a good realtor, so if you're looking to buy a home, you want to go through Jeremy, get pre-qualified first at jeremylivesey.com. He's on vacation this week. He'll be back on Monday, but here's what he does. He sits down and gets you pre-qualified, so you're just not out there flying around going, man, I like to have that house, and knowing full well you can't afford it. So he gets you in the parameters that you can afford, which is a smart way to do it. In fact, what he'll do, and he does this all the time, you'll be out driving around and know that you're pre-qualified, and you can look at a house and call him, and he'll look it up and say, crunch some numbers, okay, your house payment's going to be within 10 or 15 bucks. He can pretty well nail it for you. So point of this is, go get pre-qualified at jeremylivesey.com, then call this guy at 943-1567 and let Kevin go to work for you. Weren't you showing a house down in Jeff County, weren't you, in Greenville, here a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I'm showing some more in Newport and Dandridge this weekend.
There you go.
Like I say, on Mother's Day. You know, I mean, you never stop.
I
mean,
if
people have to move, you got to move, and
Yeah.
there is no time. I mean,
you gotta do what
if
you gotta
people
do.
can be in town on a certain day, that's when you got to do it. And I really don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I kind of enjoy it. It's fun working with people and helping them find something they really like and they really want.
Late coach I was around when at Marshall, of course he used to be at UT, the late Stu Aberdeen, said many times around the basketball team at Marshall when I was there, it said, success has no convenience. You got to do what you got to do when you got to do it.
Yeah.
I've never forgot that. So if he has to go show a house on Mother's Day, he does. So Century 21 Legacy, got to call this guy, does a great job. And so I know you're busy having said all that, plus you're umpiring tonight, so you've got to roll, I've got to roll, get ready to do a ball game. So
tell me about your hair. Now, you going to cut your hair off and give it away, or what?
Here it is, Pantene.
Okay.
Pantene Beautiful Links. So hair provided by the volunteers. Offers free real hair wigs to all women who have lost their hair due to cancer with radiation or chemo. So it has to get a certain length.
Yeah.
It's almost there. They'll whack it off, I'll send it to, I'll have it whacked off down at Cherokee Barbershop. They'll send it to Pantene Beautiful Inks, and they will weave a real free real hair wig to ladies under the umbrella of the American Cancer Society.
That's
so
great, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to do that.
Yeah, that's
I
the whole
thought
point.
you were just looking like Chief Dan George.
No, this is the point I'm doing it. I'm going to cut it off, start over, because I've lost a father and my mother, who I never knew. She died when I was little, and then my stepmother. All three have died of cancer. So this is my way of giving back. So
good for you.
Yeah, that's what this is. Everybody says, you just trying to be a hippie? No, I'm doing it for these ladies going through radiation and chemo. And I was reading someplace that one of the most self-conscious things you can do is lose your hair for whatever reason. I mean, it really bothers people. So these wigs are real life and look like the real hair because they are real hair. So anyway, that's what we're doing it for. Pantene BeautifulLinks.com, and you can grow it. I know they have hair cutting parties all over the country at different barbershops and salons where people go and get their hair cut off. And what's really been funny about that is I've talked to people and they find out this is when I'm doing it. I can't tell you how many women say, yeah, I did that once, and they had a hair way down and cut it off and made wigs out of it. So, and it's not just for older ladies. You would think, of course, my hair may be for older ladies because it's gray, but the younger ones do it for young girls going through breast cancer or ovarian cancer or whatever cancer they're going through. So that's what we're doing it for. PanteneBeautifulLinks.com, and it's got to be a certain length, and I think it's real close. So here's the funny part. I didn't realize the older I got, slower it grows. So I thought it'd go pretty quick.
So you've been growing that about 5 years?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Really?
2 years since I've had a haircut. So
when are you gonna get it cut?
When it has to be, I think it has to be 8 or 9 inches. I think is the name of it.
What are you now?
It's about 7 3/4. What Gator said. So how
much longer do you have to go?
Till it grows. I don't know. I mean, it's creeping along. I can tell you that.
Like poison ivy.
Yeah, like kudzu.
That's right. Go plant some in the yard. You might just grow some more.
You might be a redneck if your hair's compared to poison ivy.
That's right.
There you go. That's a good way to end this show. I love this guy.
Is.
So see you next week. Be right back here, I hope.
I'll be back, yeah.
All right, good stuff. So let me bring up the screen sign one more time and tell you again, want to say thanks to the folks who've been on the show today. Phillip Fulmer joined us live from Knoxville. What a class act. Enjoyed talking to him very, very much. Of course, Andy Dietrich, co-owner here at Champion Chevrolet. Kevin Harmon, Ryan Presnell, the baseball coach, Elizabethan. We will have his Cyclones on the air coming up at 4:50 this afternoon. And so we appreciate all the folks again here from Champion Chevrolet. And one of the coolest guys who never wants to come on camera, and I totally get that, Tim Cobenaver. But he said, in our big show we're going to have here the Monday of Race Week, Monday in August of Race Week, we're going to have a big blowout here to celebrate the success of the show and so on and so forth. Tim said he would come over here then and say one time on camera how they do that. That's all I want. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We'll rejoin you again, as we said. We'll be ready to roll at 4:50 this afternoon, bringing you again Elizabethan Cyclone Baseball. Again, thanks to Kev here with us on screen. So out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. And until we greet you again at 4:50 from J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport for a big, big baseball game. It is the season for either Elizabethan or the Sullivan East Patriots. Until then, Tom Taylor telling you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. And thanks for giving us a watch and listen. Tomorrow's show, Food City, Eastman Road, Kingsport. Baseball, 4:50 this afternoon, right here on TomTaylorSports.com, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So long, everybody.